Welcome back, everybody, to Insomnia69. We've got the Rollout pre-show ready for you here. We're going to be previewing day 2. We've made it into the playoffs now, and we've got some special guests to talk us through what's happening at the LAN. So everybody, please give a warm welcome to Mac, formerly from Witness and Faint Gaming, of course.
Hello, hello.
Cadus, you've seen enough of him already.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Beavern over here on the other couch.
Hello.
Hello, okay. So first things first, Mac, you're just spectating at this LAN. How's everything going?
Yeah, I'm checking out what people are up to over their shoulders, perusing, seeing all the gamers. It's great.
Trying to learn some stuff for next season.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
And Beavern, you've obviously been playing in the open bracket. We managed to catch one of your games last night. You made it up into the playoffs. How do you think today is going to go?
I think we're going to win the first round. And then we're going to get absolutely smashed, either by TF2EZ or Witness.
All right.
But it's going to be fun.
Yeah, cool. All right, so day 1 has already been and gone. Do we think we're going to see much change in kind of the standings of these teams? I guess give me your thoughts on what's going on, Mac. Who do you rate and who do you not rate coming into playoffs?
The top 3 teams, you gotta rate them, obviously. That's a given. Discussions more about like which open teams will play each other, where will they find each other, do they have to play the top 3 teams, etc. Plus, maybe they can take on Swift, some of them, maybe, who knows?
Yeah. Cadus, do you have any thoughts?
I think like yesterday in groups, okay, we saw this crazy game between like Froyo and Witness at the end of the group phase, but we actually saw Witness go quite close to TF2EZ earlier in the day, and at least for me, that wasn't something I was personally expecting. So I don't think we can count TF2EZ out, just because, at least not out of that potential like upper bracket round 2 game. I still feel like TF2EZ can kind of have an impact on this tournament, but it's going to be tough for them. It's going to be tough for them. They'll have to up their game. But yeah, outside of that, I think today is just going to be, similar stuff, but way more on the line for it.
All right, and Beavern, can you tier list your top 4 for us? Do you rank them the same as they came in the group stage, or do you think someone else is going to? Can someone pass the question on to Beavern for me? Yeah. Who do you think is going to place in those top 4 slots at the end of the LAN?
Well, I think Foy is probably going to take this, but I also see big potential in Witness. Like from just the small amount I spectated behind like Xy and stuff, I really like what I saw. I haven't seen much of TF2EZ, so I don't know how they play. So, but I mean, from the EU teams, I think it's either one or the other one. And from what I heard from Cadus, it was fairly close between Witness and Froyo, so to be honest, I don't know.
Yeah. And with Swift, do you think yourself or some of the other open teams might be able to take that slot from Swift?
I mean, I think we could have taken it. It was a close game. And maybe, what's they called, Xypher? Xypher. Maybe Xypher could give them like a run for their money.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it would be us against that probably couldn't take it from Swift.
All right. Well, Mac.
Yes. Hello.
Why aren't you playing at LAN? Come on, give us the lowdown. You could be coming 4th place right now. Come on now.
Well, I didn't get my interview last time when I was playing. It really rubbed me up the wrong way. I thought, if I want to get on camera, I gotta not play. I gotta get on the couch.
Makes sense.
Okay. I just burnt out. February this year, just burnt out.
Fair enough.
Zero desire, zero passion.
Oh, no
So
passion. You hate to hear that.
I think that's awful.
Is it regrowing? Is LAN reigniting it?
Obviously, yeah, every time.
Yeah.
But I don't see the point in playing without passion. That's why I like the Froyo guys so much, man. I do. The Witness boys, I love them. They're my buds, but Froyo have the fire. All 6 of them. All 6 of them, man.
All right, and who are you supporting to win this LAN? Froyo then, or the Witness guys, or your ex-rivals of Nerd Rage?
No, there's like the heart and brain, you know. The heart says Witness, but the brain says Froyo at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yesterday was very close. They pushed Froyo, so who
Yeah.
knows? Anything could happen today.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I know what Cadus's heart says, but does your brain disagree?
What about Witness and Froyo?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, okay, it's gonna come across as like actual just EU copium, but I've watched a little bit of the games back from yesterday from that group stage game, and okay, Sunshine I'm not quite sure about because mainly because I haven't watched it back. But on the second viewing of Viaduct, I really think Witness just straight up should have won that map. Like, you can say that, okay, Froyo didn't get off to a good start, like, maybe you could reverse the logic I'm about to present to you guys, but Witness got off to a comfortable 2-0 start. Okay, the rounds were close-ish, but, like, round 3, Froyo did some adaptations. They started to play a little bit more, like, behind, and were finding, like, more success getting behind Witness than they were before that. And it took Witness kind of that entire round. They didn't get a single second of cap time that round, but from round 4 onwards, they'd figured out what was going on, and then we saw kind of like a close game again. And in that round 4, Witness had like 2 moments that really stick out in my mind. Like, they had a moment where they want to fight like just for the point or around the point. They were going to set up a forward hold, and as Domo was setting up the forward hold, he, instead of like pre-stickying like the door, like, you know how demos will hold like cliff, right? Instead of pre-stickying the door, he was like walking up to the door and started putting stickies above it, and Froyo just like rush out into him, and he goes down insta. And they, like, Witness were up on clock, they were in full control. That should have been a locked-in forward hold, but it just wasn't in the end. It's just because there's one mistake by Domo, like a mispositioning, a mistiming. He was a bit too slow getting there, and Froyo just obviously blitz out, kill Domo, and it's almost like a fresh round. Like, they just go toe to toe for the rest of the round. But then at the end of that same round, Witness have another forward hold situation with 20 seconds left on their clock, no Ubers involved, and I don't really know what happened because I only watched the stream and it didn't quite give the camera angle to see where the critical mistake came, but Froyo just blitzed out of this forward hold, which is not something you typically expect to see, and I just look at that round and think that was the one. Like, that should have been a 3-1 game, like 9 out of 10 times, that's a 3-1 game. But of course, like, you have to give a lot of credit to Froyo and this ability to adapt and come back and never give up in these games. But, you know, I still think Witness could do this. And like I said, you can like reverse this logic and say, like, you know, everything I've just said, like these particular mistakes Witness made, I'm sure if you're looking from the Froyo perspective, there are these mistakes that Froyo made that if they'd not made them in the early rounds, we see a different game, etc., etc. But yeah, I just think on the evidence of what I've seen so far, it's literally anyone's. I think Witness, I'll just add this before I pass it off to someone else. I'll just add that I think Witness let the moment get to them a little bit, which is a bit concerning because it's only group stages. But from what I know of them, from what I've heard from them, I know they were pretty down after losing that game. And I think they let the occasion get to them a little bit, like being back on LAN, being ahead against this like legendary team with like a legendary core of players. I think they were like, whoa, oh my god, you know, we're winning. Did we really expect to be winning like this, 2-0? Like, and I think they let that get to them. And now it's just a question of if they can get into these situations again, if Froyo don't massively step up their game and Witness can get into these winning positions again, are Witness able to convert them, you know?
All right, Bvern, you've been playing in the open bracket so far, and it looks like our first game of the stream is going to be one of those open team matchups. It's going to be Xypher versus, I don't know the team name, it has Faust, Piggles. Who do you think is going to come out on top in that game?
I think Xypher is going to take it without much issue. No offense, Faust and Davey. Yeah.
Is that a free one? Just completely free?
Yeah, pretty much. It should be.
Yeah.
Considering how they played against us, yeah, it should be.
And what are your plans for the future in TF2? Are you trying to make it back to the top, or are you just chilling?
No. Oh, hell yeah, I'm grinding it now.
Nice.
I need to show these kids, I mean, how you play the game.
Getting 6Ks on
Everyone's
Snakewater.
just zooming around.
Yeah. It's embarrassing. You need to come back and show us how it's done. Mac, if you're looking for any new teammates next season, what are your...
Maybe, yeah. Actually, to wind it back a little, if that's fine, I have some intel on the Xypher situation.
Oh, interesting.
Supposedly, they're down their main soldier. So maybe Piggles is going to get away with a free one.
Interesting. What's the...
Koyo's, I think he's out of commission for this game. Potentially, that's what I heard.
Due to drinking issues, or what's that?
No, I think I've been, boots on the ground, doing some journalism, figuring out what's up.
Interesting.
All over the place.
An exclusive leak for the stream.
Yeah.
So without Koyo, do you think that match will go any different, or is it just still a complete wash? Without Coyote, their soldier, Xypher are missing him, so is it going to still be...
Wait. Is Koyo gone?
Yeah, Koyo's gone.
Oh, okay, I can imagine why.
Yeah.
Depending who, I don't know, they're not allowed to have a Merc, right?
No. Surely they are.
Yeah, I think I don't know the exact ruling. Maybe we can get a tournament admin in my ear, but I think they need to be a Merc who isn't registered to another team that's playing.
All right.
Yeah.
Then I think it can be fairly close. It depends also because Faust got pretty shit-faced yesterday.
Force is fine.
I mean, it's the battle of the shit-faced. So the team that's the least drunk or hungover is probably going to take it then.
All right. Well, apparently they have a Merc approved already, so I don't think you're going to be able to get in the game, unfortunately. Right. Does anyone else have anything they need to get said on this segment? Because I think I'm running out of ideas here.
Yeah, I just want to add, just sort of looping back to the invite teams. I feel like, okay, I was saying, I think I said before, we can't count TF2 Easy out. They had this close game against Witness yesterday, but that was best of twos. And for anyone maybe not fully in the loop of how the map picking is going, yesterday in groups we had 2 bans for each team. We had 2 bans before a pick. So if you have 2 bad maps, you can ban both of them out before picking a map, right? Whereas today, in the best of threes, it's only 1 ban for each team before we play. And I think Witness's map pool is much, much better than TF2 Easy's. I think yesterday, with TF2 Easy having the ability to ban Viaduct and Gully?
Gully, yeah.
Yeah, them having the ability to ban both of those maps is very, very nice for them. And today, I mean, we've seen what they can do on Viaduct. We haven't seen their Gully this LAN so far, but we can take it on faith that TF2 Easy banned that for a reason, right? And now going into the best of threes, I feel like, the map pool is going to come into play. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to come into play for Froyo. I do think that maybe Froyo's map pool, they were banning Process and Sunshine, and these were maps that were kind of, I don't know, these were seen basically every series at RGL. I know they didn't ban it against Witness in the end and actually took it, but I'm not as sure how it comes into effect there. But with TF2 Easy and Witness's map pool is very, very good, with the exception of Metalworks, but they'll just ban that and get rid of it. With the exception of that, I think, that map pool is strong.
Yeah, speaking of the map pool, specifically with Gully Wash in the Witness versus TF2 Easy game, Witness have actually been banning Gully Wash themselves so far, even though that's definitely one of the maps we expect them to be favoured on and one of TF2 Easy's worst maps. So now that we are into the best of threes and obviously they only get 1 ban, do you reckon Witness might have been hiding Gully Wash a bit? They didn't want people to know what they're going to do on Gully Wash in day 1, and now we'll see them stomp over TF2 Easy with it?
I think, I'm not 100% sure, to be honest, which, as their part-time analyst or whatever, I probably should. Which shows how part-time it is. But I think it's they've had some problems on Gully, not recently, but in the not so far away past, and maybe they lost some confidence on the map. Some of their stats on the map were not ideal, and I think it's I don't know. I think they will punish pick Gully against certain teams potentially, but for whatever reason, they just, I don't know. I think it's one of those sleeper picks this LAN where I'm not sure if they're going to crack it out unless they have to. But when they crack it out, I think I probably expect them to be the best Gully team here still, if you know what I mean. And I mean, again, I'm not as fluent in Froyo Gully. I don't remember seeing them play Gully. Do you remember? Did they play Gully at RGL? Did you see that?
The RGL.
The RGL playoffs. Did you watch that?
Froyo.
Yeah.
I didn't see Gully.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing them play Gully.
I didn't see it either.
So I feel like, yeah, Gully is like a good feather in the cap for Witness.
They're more cough kind of guys, aren't they?
Yeah.
In RGL, like
They were first banning whatever cough map it is that America plays.
they were banning the one that they get owned on, right? Like Clear Cut or Bagel.
Yeah,
one of
like
the
is it-
ones.
but
The
yeah,
other
it's a
one they're really
Bagel.
good on. The other one they get kind of
Yeah.
owned on.
But yeah, I think Gully is definitely a map where Witness can find like a lot of success. There's like a hilarious stat for for TF2 Easy where they've only like in 2022, and I'm not taking credit for these stats. They were worked on by people much more diligent than myself.
Myself.
But there's this hilarious stat that I'm going to just put out here, where it's something like TF2 Easy on Gully in 2022 over all of their various iterations. They've only ever won one round on Gully where they didn't win mid. Like they lost mid. In situations where they lost mid, they've only ever won one round.
Yeah.
Which is, for an entire year of gameplay, is kind of crazy. So that's just a stat that I think, yeah, I don't know. That's like a mind-blowing stat. Like, just for perspective, that's like a 6% ratio. I think the next lowest I saw for any team on any map is like 25% or something like that. It's a crazy stat. So if we do see Gully at any point, check those mids and check what the like results are after those mids.
The other very similar stat on the flip side is that Witness have not lost a round in officials after winning a mid on Gully Wash. So if they win the mid, they're winning the round so far in 2022.
Is that true?
That is true.
They just win mid and then it's over?
They win mid and they've not lost a round if they've won the mid.
They at least time out the round.
They at
worst
least
case.
time it out,
Yeah.
worst case,
Wow,
or
okay.
best case, they win
Yeah.
it.
I was going to say, one thing I didn't add before was one of the things Witness struggled with on Gully, and maybe a reason why they don't feel that comfortable on it at the moment, is they were having problems on mids, like not in matches really, but in scrims, like not directly before LAN, but like in over the season or whatever. They were having problems with mids, and they fixed their mids. They fixed their mids by their standards. They were having problems with mids, and now they're fixed. So if that stat is, well, I mean, you said it. So if that stat is real, we're going to see like a supercharged Witness on Gully potentially. Like it's like rocket fuel added to them now, because they can actually, like, they have some new mids. They have tidied up their old mids. So, woo. Yeah, the more I talk about it, the more I think about it, I feel like Gully should be their domain, and they have Solentes, who does not lose Gully Wash.
Yeah.
Except for that time he lost Gully Wash, but we don't talk about that.
So, by the end of today, we have the winners bracket final. One team will already be booking their way into the grand final. One-word answers: who is going to be taking the winners bracket today?
Froyo.
Witness.
I mean, it's obvious. It's boomers.
Yeah, that's what we like to hear.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
All right. Well, thank you very much for all my guests, Mac, Cadus, and Beaver. And do you have something more to say?
Just one last thing. Remember, kids, always have a quick wank.
Always. All right. Thank you very much. And they just cut you straight off.